Yeah, it's your boy Fist in his house, bringing another great edition of Modern Warfare 2. I'm machinima for you, because that's what I do. Today I'll be playing on Xbox Live using the AK47 with Full Metal Jacket. My perks will be Stopping Power Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Ninja Pro. And I have Claymores and Stun Grenades. Here, when you start at the bottom of Estate, this is the map I'll be playing Estate, and it's Team Deathmatch. When you start on the bottom of Estate, I like to, that's for the reference of flags. I was starting down on C and then looping back around B, and then coming up to the house. It's always like this. Every time there's people that stay in the house, so the main objective, like I said, every point has a control point. So the main objective is, most of the time, people like to congregate in the house. It's kind of like, who could take the house game. So once you take the house, it's pretty much try to keep them out of the house. I like using Full Metal Jacket because I like to punch through stuff. Sometimes people like to hide behind brick walls or wooden things. And I just find that I feel more comfortable with the AK-47 and Full Metal Jacket than I do any other extension or add-on to the weapon. It's just easier for me to use. It's a great weapon for close to medium range, and it takes some time to get used to using it at long range shots. Now once the important thing is I'm playing Team Deathmatch, so use your teammates as kind of like instant radar, meat shield. And once you have them go into the house, go ahead and assault the property from a different angle, usually where people wouldn't expect you to come in from. That's a good spot to come up through the window, because a lot of times people are camping right there in that corner and they won't expect you to come through. Right there I did a bonehead move. I shouldn't have picked, I try to pick up an extra weapon just to have the extra ammo, because my secondary is the AT4 rocket, and I like to use the AT4 because it's straight and it takes people out, and it's got great splash damage. So here you see me again, I'm assaulting the house in the same spot, and see, there's two people. They would never expect to see you assault that property from that angle. And right there, I plant a Claymore. I've already, you know that people are going to come back for revenge kills, so I get a little angle up against the wall, I blend right in, and blam, Claymore kill. I decided too hot in here for me, so I jump out, and there's two more kills right coming up the ravine. And usually, they either spawn you right on top of the spawn, or they spawn you all the way down from C, from the house. Here I left from the house because I wanted to loop back around and give myself an angle or an advantage on the enemy in case they were spawning on C and coming back up the hill as they usually do. Now when I finally realized that the enemy wasn't coming up from C, then I doubled back, because if they're not spawning at C, they're going to spawn back down by the beach house. The beach house is where the boats are at, and then they come a direct angle up to the main estate. And like I said before, here's a great example of the AT4. Really, you couldn't get that shot. The guy was laying down, blam, hit him with the AT4, got the splash damage, did a premature call-in of my Harrier jet, and my streaks are Harrier, Pavlo, and Chopper Gunner. Now when you got a wide open map like this, you basically, there's really not that many places to hide. So those are the perks you want to use that are in the wide open to give you the most advantages to get the most kills as possible. So going back to the point where I launched my Harrier jet too prematurely, back there I launched the Harrier too prematurely. I should have waited until I seen red dots on the map to launch it. I just guessed. Now we know they're spawning back from B, and they're in this house. So if they're spawning at B, down in the guest house on the bottom of the hill, what they'll usually do is they'll either assault straight up, or they'll come back around to the beach house. Here I was using the brick wall as cover, and I was trying to shoot down, and then I realized, look, you know, there was no action, so it's time to make a move. You always want to be on the move. You don't want to be camping back of the map, always, you know, trying to get cheap kills. I mean, the point of spending $60 and playing the game, and if, let's say, you want to play the game like Call of Duty 4, then you want a great assault rifle like the AK-47 or the M4. Here I picked up the M4 after killing this guy right here, and then basically, instead of waiting for the fight to come to me, I take the fight to them. I go straight down the hill and charge right in. And see, that's the fun of the game, is once you start to realize the cycle of spawns, then the game becomes more fun to you, because now you can anticipate or at least make a logical, deductive conclusion of where they will spawn next. If you're always that type of person who's always going to sit there and camp in one spot and, you know, like a little spider and thinking, you know, obviously Modern Warfare 2 induces a lot of streaks, which in turn induces a lot of camping so people can achieve those streaks. And that's, you don't want to do that. You want to attack, because if you take the time to attack now, you're going to be good later on, and the streaks are going to be, you're not going to need streaks regardless. Pretty soon I'm going to start posting my videos on Machinima where I'm just doing games with no streaks. There's just, the only streaks you really truly should be using if you're good is UAV blocker, and maybe Predator missile. That's that. You can use the old Call of Duty 4 streaks too. Now back there, I launched my attack helicopter and it got shot down by the Harrier. It was a mistake because it was already too late. I already had launched my chopper, but you can't predict those things. You just throw it up, and if you get caught, you get caught. Here was one of my only 3 deaths. I tried to take a chance to move forward, and I got killed. But I like to attack, so I always like to move forward in most of my videos, unless, you know, I'm in a tough spot where I don't have a lot of coverage or foliage to get around. And some, you know, like right there, I thought I was able to get through, and obviously they had the angle on me. And sometimes in Modern Warfare 2, you might see them and you think they can't see you, but sometimes the code in the game isn't a 100% exact how it is on the other angle, as proven in videos where they throw the smoke and the broken glass, and you see that, and so on and so forth. So anyways, this is your boy Fist. Yeah! If you want to see some great videos how to keep your kill-death ratio above 2.0, go to the directions link to the right, and I have a lot of great informative videos for you. And thanks once again for watching this great video. Peace!
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.